feel like it may be a negative thing by any chance to promote gambling to especially, you know, a younger audience, considering the fact that it may cause them into signing up onto these gambling sites and becoming gambling addicts themselves?
I mean, as long as they use my code, I'm completely okay with it.
Making videos for young children with editing that's stylized for young children, and then at the end of these videos, what you're doing is promoting pornography. What do you say to that?
Business, dog.
Jack Doherty just got straight up roasted in front of millions by none other than PackGod himself. If you're not familiar with PackGod, he's basically the undisputed king when it comes to packing. Packing is like a freestyle diss battle. Imagine throwing a punch with your words, but in rap form. The whole point is to insult your target while showing off clever wordplay and lyrical skills, all while they sit there and take it live. Now normally, that's enough to make for some pretty epic content, but PackGod decided to take it to the next level. He pretended that he wanted to interview Jack for a documentary about young entrepreneurs and rising content creators, but instead of a normal interview, PackGod turned the whole thing into a brutal roast. Honestly, the interview was probably even more entertaining than the diss track itself. Check this out.
So one thing that a lot of people were asking about that I'll just relay for you is your primary source of income. Where would you say you make the most amount of money on the internet? If you don't mind disclosing that. If you do, that's
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're digging for the OnlyFans answer. No, I'm kidding, but obviously, I mean, it's not like, you know, so that's not known. But yeah, I mean, a decent amount of my money comes from OnlyFans management and that side of things, but also a decent chunk of it, my monthly income comes from my own stuff. You know, I have a kick deal, I have a gambling deal, I have a YouTube channel and a bunch of other stuff. So I make enough money, off just myself, but yeah, okay. I also run a business because it helps me fund everything else I do,
Absolutely, man. So I wanted to mention, I wanted to, talk on that fact. So you said you had a gambling deal. Is that what the website?
No, I mean, I was about to work with them, but I ended up just going with a different company. Like, I literally just locked it in last week.
Awesome. So basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to get paid to stream yourself gambling, correct?
Basically.
Here's where things get tricky. We all know that gambling sites can be pretty predatory. They target vulnerable people and prey on addiction, and while it's ultimately up to the adult to make responsible decisions about how much they're spending, let's be real, it doesn't always work that way. People rarely stick to a budget or act reasonably when they're caught up in the rush, but at the end of the day, they're adults and they should have control over their own habits. The real issue though comes when you look at Jack Doherty's audience. Let's be honest, there's no way a grown adult is getting much entertainment out of his content. His fan base is overwhelmingly young, mostly kids. We all know it, Jack knows it, and he's fully aware of the age group he's targeting. So it's a huge problem when he starts pushing gambling to a bunch of kids who don't even fully understand the risks involved. But then again, with Jack, it's clear he doesn't really care about the moral side of things, so for him, it's just not an issue.
Okay, and do you have some sort of code where like someone can sign up with your code and then you'll get a percent of that?
What are you, the feds?
I'm just wondering. I mean, do you have a code? Because I mean, there's a lot of ethical issues people have with people.
No, I actually I don't have a code yet. We haven't even figured all that out yet. But it's more of like I just rock the brand. I don't even gotta gamble. I don't like gambling. I'm not really for gambling.
So why are you doing a gambling deal then? Because I'm
money. At the end of the day, we all do things for money. But
I know, but so you say you don't like gambling, but you're willing to do it just for money.
I don't like Jack Doherty, but I got a call with him. No, I'm kidding. But
no, it's just an interview. Do you feel like it may be a negative thing by any chance to promote gambling to especially, a younger audience, considering the fact that it may cause them into signing up onto these gambling sites and becoming gambling addicts themselves?
I mean, as long as they use my code, I'm completely okay with it.
So you're okay with them developing a gambling addiction as long as it financially benefits yourself?
Bro, I don't think I'm going to be starting anyone's gambling addiction. I'm not going that deep into it, bro. I'm just trying to get a bag.
What a truly despicable individual. I mean, it's hard to believe someone could be this reckless. He openly admits that he doesn't care if his actions lead to addiction or cause harm to others. All he's focused on is making more money. But here's the thing, he's already got more than enough. He has a fleet of expensive cars that he wrecks because of his careless behavior. He's got multiple side hustles that are raking in cash. And yet, despite all this, he still chooses to push harmful content to the public. It's honestly shocking. Now, if he were promoting this kind of thing to adults, it wouldn't be nearly as concerning. Adults can make their own decisions about how they spend their money. But what makes this even worse is that he's fully aware that he's targeting children. He doesn't even try to deny it or justify it. He knows exactly who his audience is, and he's still going ahead with promoting this kind of content to them.
But if you get,
I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm just curious, why do you keep saying something and then saying I'm just kidding after?
You can't control people do online. You know, if I'm gonna get someone if I don't get someone into gambling because of my videos, then someone else is gonna get that person into gambling.
Yeah, but you can influence what people do online, right? Like, you can influence someone. Like, somebody can be like, I'm Jack Doherty's biggest fan. I'm watching Jack Doherty gamble right now. This looks so cool. So now I'm going to go gamble myself. And I may be using money that I don't have because I'm not rich like Jack Doherty and I'm not playing with house money like Jack Doherty.
Like, I know not to gamble. Obviously, I have a lot of money and I don't gamble. Like, it's like,
but
you just
so
gotta,
you agree that gambling is you think that gambling is a stupid thing to do, correct?
Sure.
So why would you willingly promote that to your fans?
What? Because why not? No, I'm kidding. But like, I mean,
can I ask you a question? Why do you is that like a
lot of stupid, like I promote? Do I not promote OnlyFans as well? Like, don't have me for that too, dog. I haven't even started this gambling thing yet.
Well, maybe I'm trying to help prevent you from doing it. Maybe I'm trying to help you see some reason with the whole gambling thing. Just because I personally know people that have ruined their entire lives over gambling.
Trust me, I know too. I help people around me too that have the same problem.
I know, but do you see why that's so weird though?
I'm gonna put them right back in once I get my code.
Yeah. Okay.
Just say 99% gamblers quit right before their biggest win, huh? No, I'm kidding. Don't put that in there.
No, it's all right. Well, I mean, you're just kidding, right? So, I mean, how could anybody possibly fault you for anything you say if you're just kidding about everything you say, right?
Exactly, bro. Case closed.
There's something seriously off about that guy, and I'm not just talking about his appearance. It's like every time he reveals his true nature, he tries to brush it off with this "I'm just kidding" act. Oh, I'm just joking, don't take me too seriously, as if that somehow excuses the things he says and does. But then he comes up with this excuse: well, if I don't get them into gambling, someone else will. To that, I just have to ask, then why are you part of the problem? That's the same excuse drug dealers use. They'll say, well, if they don't buy from me, they'll buy from someone else. But that doesn't make them any less responsible for fueling the problem. At the end of the day, this guy just keeps digging his own grave and he doesn't even try to hide it. Then he wonders why nobody has any respect for him.
I mean, where'd you learn that? Like, did you learn that from somewhere? Did you pick it up or did you create that yourself? Did your dad say he loved you once and then it just kind of went from there? Like, where'd you learn that catchphrase?
You know, he pulled it just kidding right away. I don't know, man.
Okay, well, let's move on real quick. So, a lot of people have, some fault with you promoting OnlyFans to young children. What would you say to these people who say that, that's an irresponsible thing to do? Making videos for young children with editing that's stylized for young children, and then at the end of these videos, what you're doing is promoting pornography. What do you say to that?
Business, dog.
Hey, Jack, I don't know if you believe in hell or not, but if you do, just know there's a spot reserved for you, because what you're doing is beyond questionable. But honestly, I think Jack Doherty is really stepping into dangerous territory here. Before, when people were accusing him of promoting OnlyFans to kids, he could claim plausible deniability. He could say, how do I know if they're kids? I'm just promoting content. I don't know who's watching. But now, he's openly admitting that he's pushing OnlyFans to children, and his excuse? It's just business, dog. That's his justification. Now here's where things get really risky for him. I'm not trying to incite anything, but what if someone took this clip and sent it to YouTube or flagged it to someone with influence? Imagine if someone like Penguin Zero or some ordinary gamers came across this and said, hey, look at this guy. He's admitting to promoting harmful content to kids on your platform. What's YouTube gonna do about that? Because at this point, Jack could lose everything he's built. That's why I think PackGod's interview was so brilliant. It wasn't just a roast, it was a strategic move, and it was way more impactful than the typical disses we see. I really hope that big channels take notice of this situation. Most Critical has supported PackGod in the past, so maybe he'll take another look at this and raise awareness.
What are you gonna do about it?
It's just business?
I'm kidding. Sorry.
No, okay, Jack, come on, man, come on. Just how about you just say it, but then stand by it. Just say it's just business, and then be like, it's just business. Just say just be like, look, I'm gonna promote.
Like, it's just like at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and
just be like, I'm gonna promote to kids because I want to make money, and that's it, right?
I'm kidding. All right, ready? You don't gotta look at it like that. There's a million people online that are social media influencers, and they do OnlyFans. Like, people that you don't even think do it. Like,
would you say that if you were to look in the mirror right now and you see yourself in the mirror and you say, I'm proud of who I am today, would you say that or not? And just be honest with me.
For sure. I definitely would say I'm proud of who I am today. You know, obviously, everyone makes mistakes in life. You got to learn from them. Every time I make a mistake, I analyze what I did wrong, and I'm like, let me make sure that never happens again because I don't want to be in that same situation.
Now, all right. Now, I like, this is the last time I'll say this. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but since, you know, I admit it, you admit it, our fan base is made the majority of kids. Do you think that it would be unwise to promote gambling and OnlyFans?
Bro, I haven't even gotten a penny from this gambling deal yet, dog. Why are we still on this topic?
All right, can you calm down, buddy? All right.
Nah,
I don't know why. Wait, were you just? Wait, all right,
this.
please tell me you were just kidding there when you got angry, right? Were you just kidding?
Nah, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting angry, bro.
I
I'm
hope
just
you're just
helping
kidding,
you.
right? No. How about you back up? How about you back up? You're getting a bit close. I can see your.
I'm gonna get my security guard, dog.
I can see your butt chin in the camera. I'm good off that, little bro.
Now, PackGod's about to drop the packing and it's going to hurt. But honestly, the interview might do even more damage to Jack's reputation than the roast itself. If the right people at YouTube or other major platforms catch wind of this, it could really cause some serious consequences. It's just another example of how much of a problem Jack Doherty truly is. That's a wrap for today's video. Be sure to head over to PackGod's channel and check out the full diss track, links down below. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.